Budgeting is a part of it, of course, but this is bigger than a spreadsheet. This is making sure your money is assigned to the life you say you want. Your money should not just pay bills. Your money should protect you. Your money should grow for you. Welcome back to Intentional Wealth with Tiffany Tippins, the podcast where your money is aligned with purpose and your wealth is built with strategy, legacy, and intention. I'm your host, Tiffany Tippins. Have you ever looked up and wondered, where did all my money go? Not because you didn't make any, and not because you were irresponsible. Not because you do not care about your future, but because your money was moving, but was not assigned. And money without an assignment will find one. It will go to convenience, it will go to impulse, it will go to emergencies, and it will go to taxes. And don't forget about debt. It will go to everybody else's priorities before it even gets to yours. That is why today I want to talk about something simple but powerful. Every dollar deserves a job. Not just your savings, not just your investment money, not just your retirement money, every dollar. Because when your dollars have jobs, your money starts working in concert. Your cash flow, savings, taxes, investments, your insurance, of course, your retirement, your giving, and legacy are no longer separate conversations. They become one strategy. And that's when financial planning becomes more than numbers. It becomes direction. I was thinking about this because of a post my cousin shared on Facebook recently. She talked about how it's been 3 years since she moved from Mississippi to Texas. And when you really sit with that, that was not just a move. That was a life shift. She left behind what was familiar. She left behind family, especially her mother, her friends, a job she had worked for 20 years, and a place she knew. She moved to a place where she had not really stayed long before, but she was looking for something different, something new, a fresh start, you could say. And I think a lot of people want that kind of transformation in their finances. They want a fresh start. They want that peace. They want the new house. And of course, they want the growing business. Don't forget, they want that debt gone. And they want a retirement plan that's clear. They want the account balance to look different. But sometimes it requires leaving old habits. Other times it requires letting go of what is familiar. Sometimes it requires looking at the root. And that is where my root framework comes in. The R stands for rebuild. The O is for organize. The double O is for optimize. And let's not forget about that T. It's for transformation. Everybody wants transformation. But transformation does not happen first. You have to reveal what is really going on. You have to organize what's been scattered. You have to optimize what you already have. Then you can transform. Because if you ignore the root, you cannot expect the fruit. So when I say that every dollar needs a job, I'm not just talking about budgeting. We're beyond that. Budgeting is a part of it, of course, but this is bigger than a spreadsheet. This is making sure your money is assigned to the life you say you want. Your money should not just pay bills. Your money should protect you. Your money should grow for you. Your money should prepare for taxes. Your money should create options. Your money should even support what matters to your heart. And of course, your money should help build something that lasts beyond you. So today I want to talk through the 7 jobs every dollar should have. Job number 1. The first job your dollar has is the living job. This is money that supports your day-to-day life, your housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, children if you have them, the basic needs, the things that require your household to keep moving. But here's where people get tripped up. The living job is important, but it cannot be the only job. If every job is assigned to lifestyle, nothing is left to build with. And sometimes the issue is not that you do not make enough money. Sometimes the issue is that too much of the money has already been assigned to right now, and not enough has been assigned to later. This is where we have to reveal what is really happening with your cash flow. Are your dollars going where you told them to go, or are they drifting? Because cash flow is the root of the financial plan. If the cash flow is unclear, everything else becomes harder. Let's talk about job number 2, the pay yourself first job. This is where your savings begins. Before everybody else gets paid, before every subscription gets paid, before every impulse purchase gets paid, you have to become one of the bills. Paying yourself first is not just about discipline, it's about identity. It says, my future matters. It says, my goals matter. It also says, I'm not just working to pay everybody else. It says, I'm building something. This is where emergency funds come in. An emergency fund gives your money the job of protecting your peace. Because life is going to life. Cars break down, clients pay late, jobs change, health issues happen, family needs show up, and business income has slow months. You have to plan for it. And when you do not have emergency savings, emergency becomes debt. So this dollar's job is simple. Its job is to simply stand guard. This money is not lazy because it is sitting in savings. It is doing its job. Its job is liquidity, and its job is access. Its job is stability, and the job is to keep you from having to borrow every time life surprises you. The third job is protection. This is the job people often skip because protection does not always feel exciting. But protection is what keeps one bad season from destroying everything you built. This includes insurance, estate documents, disability planning, life insurance, business protection, long-term care conversations, and making sure your family is not left with confusion if something happens to you. Protection is not fear-based. Let's be clear. Protection is love-based. It says, I care enough to prepare. It says, I do not want my family guessing. It says, I do not want my business, my children, my spouse, my legacy exposed because I avoided a hard conversation. This connects directly to the root because sometimes what is underneath the surface is risk. You have a beautiful financial tree above ground, but if the root system is exposed, one storm can take it down. Protection gives your money the job of building a fence around what matters. We're doing good here. Let's move to job 4. The fourth job is growth. This is where investing comes in. Savings protects your money. Investing, however, grows it. You need both, but they are not the same thing. Your emergency fund should not be treated like an investment account, and your investment account should not be treated like an emergency fund. Growth dollars are the dollars you send into the future with an assignment. Their job is to help you build wealth over time. They can include retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, business investments, real estate, college savings, and other long-term strategies. But growth also needs direction. Just investing randomly is not the same thing as having an investment strategy. Your money should be connected to your timeline, your risk tolerance, your tax future. Let's not forget about your income and, of course, your goals and your bigger financial plan. Because the goal is not just to invest. The goal is to invest with purpose. Now, the next job, most people don't want to give their money, but in the United States, it's necessary. The fifth job is taxes. And let's say this clearly, taxes should not be an afterthought. But for business owners, high income earners, investors, retirees, and people with multiple streams of income, taxes have to be part of the plan. Because it is not just about what you make, it's about what you keep. And some of your dollars need to be assigned to taxes before tax time arrives. This may mean setting aside money for quarterly estimates. It also might mean choosing the right retirement contribution strategy. It may mean understanding whether your money should go into a pre-tax account, a Roth, a taxable, or a business account. It may even mean planning before the year ends instead of reacting after December 31st and before April 15th. The tax job is not just paying taxes. Again, hear me clearly. The tax job is reducing surprises. And when we talk about the root, taxes are often one of those roots that spread wide underneath the surface. You may think the issue is income, but the root may be the tax structure. The root may be that you're in the wrong entity. The root may be poor bookkeeping or lack of budgeting. The root may be no estimated tax payments. And if you have owed taxes lately, you know that you have a penalty for not estimating your taxes. The root may also be taking money out of the wrong account at the wrong time. I've seen this many times. So this dollar job is to help you keep more of what you earn legally, strategically, and intentionally. Now, the next job is the job of the heart. The sixth job is giving. And giving will look different for everyone. For some people, it's church. For some, it's charity. For some, it is family. Others, it might be community, or it could be helping someone else to get started. Giving is powerful because money is not just about accumulation. Money is also about alignment. And when your giving is intentional, it reflects your values. But giving also needs a plan. Some may disagree, but hear me out. Because when giving is not planned, it can become emotional, reactive, or financially stressful. Intentional giving allows you to be generous without being financially chaotic. It lets your money support what your heart cares about while still honoring the responsibilities you have to your household, to your future, and to your long-term goals. So this is where your money management becomes in. Not just more, but meaningful. And finally, we're at job number 7, the legacy job. Legacy is not just what happens when you pass away. Legacy is what your money is building while you are still living. It is the business you build, the children you teach, the property you maintain, the wealth you transfer, the values you model, the documents you put in place, and the decisions you make today that make life easier for someone else tomorrow. Legacy is where your financial plan goes beyond you. And this is why every dollar needs a job. Because if all your dollars are only working for today, there may be nothing assigned to tomorrow. Here are some questions legacy might ask. What do I want my money to make possible? Who do I want my money to protect? What do I want my money to teach? And what do I want my money to continue after me? This is not just estate planning, wills, and trusts. This is intentional wealth. So let's bring it back to the root. Again, the R is for reveal. You have to reveal where your money is going, what it is doing, what is working, and what is not. O for organize. You have to organize the moving pieces, such as income, expenses, debt, savings, insurance, taxes, investments, business finances, your retirement, and finally your estate planning. You gotta optimize. You have to optimize what you have. That means making your dollars more efficient, more intentional, and more aligned with your goals. And then, and only then, do we get to exercise the T for transformation. The flower is beautiful, but the flower is not where the work starts. The blooming tree is beautiful, but the tree depends on the root. The new house, the growing business, the peaceful retirement, the debt freedom that you desire, the family legacy, those are visible outcomes. But the root is what supports it. And sometimes when you start digging, you realize the root is wider than you thought. You may find cash flow issues. You might find tax issues. You may find protection gaps. You may even find debt patterns and old money beliefs. You're probably going to find some disorganization. And you may even find that your dollars have been working, but not working together. That's the key. And that's okay. Because once you reveal it, you can organize it. Once you organize it, you can optimize it. And once you optimize it, you can transform it. So as you listen today, I want you to ask yourself, are my dollars assigned? Are they working together? Or are they just moving from one place to another without a real plan? Because if your money feels scattered, that does not mean you have failed. It may simply mean that it's time to get to the root, reveal what is happening, organize what has been scattered, optimize what you already have, and then begin the work of transformation. And if you need help getting to the root of your financial life, I would love to support you. You can visit impactfulwealthsolutions.com or click the link in the show notes to schedule a consultation. Together, we can look at your cash flow, your taxes, your investments, your retirement, and even your legacy planning, so your money can start working in concert and not in confusion. And remember this, transformation does not happen by accident. It happens when your dollars have direction. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered personalized investment, tax, legal, or financial advice. Impactful Wealth Solutions is a registered investment advisory firm in the state of Texas. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. All investments involve risk, including the potential of loss of principal. Before making any financial investment, tax, insurance, or legal decision, you should consult with the appropriate qualified professional regarding your individual situation. Thank you for listening to Intentional Wealth with Tiffany Tippins. Until next time, with confidence, one step at a time.